Okay guys, I don't know if you can see that, but got a new addition to the stable and I wanted to share a walk around video of the new car. So if you're a Porsche enthusiast, you probably know exactly what you're looking at, but that's a 1988 911 3.2 Carrera Classic, and it's a G50 car. I really wanted an 87 through 89. Those are considered a little bit more desirable with a good G50 transmission in it. Nothing wrong with a 915 transmission, but I really wanted a G50 car, and so I got one. So this is an all original car. It's originally from the East Coast. I found it, it's out of Canton, Connecticut, and I'll go into that story, but it's marine blue metallic. It's a super rare color. I was looking for some shade of blue or brown, and I couldn't be happier finding this beautiful marine blue metallic 3.2. So, you know, I've always loved 911s since I was a little kid, and when I finally was able to get a 911, I started over here. I have a 2016 911 GTS, which I absolutely love. It's a fucking phenomenal car. Could not be happier with it. But I also wanted an air-cooled car. And so I looked for about 6 months. I posted want ads, and I finally found somebody, a one-owner car from a guy out in Connecticut. And I was able to make a deal. So I set the car in, I had a really thorough PPI done, negotiated some of the issues that were, you know, like the car had 90-something thousand miles on it. It's more miles than I wanted, but the motors will go forever if you really take care of them. So this guy turns out, who owned this car, it's a one-owner car as I mentioned, but he was like really fanatical about records, receipts, service intervals. So the car has been really, really well cared for over time. But I did a leak down test on it, and the car was ready for a top-end rebuild. So I negotiated that into the price. So it's got a brand new rebuilt, it's got a brand new clutch now, it's got a brand new a rebuilt top end. And other than that, it's an all original classic. So it's in really phenomenal condition. The guy who owned the car before me was like heavy OCD like I am. Just super well cared for, very, very clean interior. I changed out the head unit because I wanted Bluetooth. This is a Continental head unit, and it has a good retro look. The interior is blue. It's a little bit hard to tell on this in my dark garage. One of the rear speakers was burned out, so the speakers back there have been replaced, but I kept the original grills to keep the car as original as possible. So, super clean car. Shout out to Automobile Associates of Canton, Connecticut that helped me with the PPI and some other stuff. Those guys were awesome, and then I had the car shipped out here to California. I live in San Francisco, and I'm in the process of actually moving to LA, so to have this car in the stable, I think it's going to be perfect living down in LA, Santa Monica, Venice area. So if you see the car driving around, make sure that you wave and say hello. Also want to just give a shout out to Chuck at Elephant Racing. He helped me get the suspension dialed in on the car. I replaced the suspension, it's all new. It's got brand new shocks, struts, torsion bar. It's got new stiffer torsion bars. It's got all brand new poly bronze bushings. And we dialed in the rake, so it's got a more nose down aggressive stance than a typical car. Otherwise, it's pretty much at about Euro spec. The previous owner made one change to the car. He went from 7s in the rear to 8s in the rear, and then he put the 7s up in the front. So this car has a more aggressive, wider stance just because of the wider wheels. That's a popular upgrade. It's a little spendy to do that. So I was really stoked to find an owner, or find a car that the owner had already done that. So it's been really fun owning the car. I've had it for about 3 months now, and just driving around in the twisties. It's so much fun with that, with a manual transmission. It's really fun. It's just a super engaging car. I was surprised at how heavy the steering was. I was surprised at how heavy the braking is. It's just not really assisted to any degree, so you definitely get a workout when you drive the car, but having that old school analog feel is absolutely awesome. But I really love it. This has been a walk around. Let me know how you like the car. Post a comment, and if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them as well. I've learned a huge amount on the message boards from guys on Renlist and Pelican. That's just been really helpful when when getting the car dialed in and doing little repairs and just like small fixes. The information on Pelican is absolutely unbelievable. Like those guys know everything about everything when it comes to these cars. So it's just been a really fun project. I couldn't be happier, and I'm really excited to have this as the new member of the stable. Thanks a lot. Peace.